Get it moving. Let the rhythm take it there.
Chrome grill gleaming in the bright day sun. Riding solo, but we out here having way too much fun. Loud and living, Froggy in the front seat, kicking some facts. Checking the dash while we leaving all the stress in our tracks. Gears turning round, engine humming deep. Gears turning round, the city's half asleep. Lunatic trucker with a green sidekick. Cruising to the limit, yeah, we make the vibe stick. Moving through the valley, moving through the bay. Moving every minute, moving out the way. Hop in the cab and just feel that flow. It is the Lunatic Trucker Froggy Show. Iron and gold, green and gold. Moving out the way. Bouncing on the bench when the wheels hit a crack. Keep it jumping, got the whole world on a wide flap rack. Radio bumping, frogs like a joker with a lily pad crown. Funny faces dragging every born thought to the ground. Gears turning round, engine humming deep. Gears turning round, the city's half asleep. Lunatic trucker with a green sidekick. Cruising to the limit, yeah, we make the vibe stick. Moving through the valley, moving through the bay. Moving every minute, moving out the way. Hop in the cab and just feel that flow. It is the Lunatic Trucker Froggy Show. The show, yeah, the show. Let the rhythm take you there. Lunatic trucker with a green sidekick. Cruising to the limit, yeah, we make the vibe stick. Moving through the valley, moving through the bay. Moving every minute, moving out the way. Hop in the cab and just feel that flow. It is the Lunatic Trucker Froggy Show. One, two, three, four, 8 T live Viv at Guy become fine young red Liz call new chef my cat by it Mary with ticks and or T for time. It is the Lunatic Trucker Froggy Show. It is the Lunatic Trucker Froggy Show. It is the Lunatic Trucker Froggy Show. Gears turn around, now we make the vibe stick. On the corner in front of me, but it's in my hand. And a rhythm one of me, hit it both demands. And go tracking for good rides and kicking some fans. I guarantee turn around, don't let us get sham. Yeah. Tell her wanna roll 'em, wanna roll 'em, wanna roll 'em. Yeah, I got a job, back a job, back a job. Gears turn around. It is the Lunatic Trucker Froggy Show. Gears turn around and around. Lunatic trucker with a green sidekick. Cruising to the limit, yeah, we make the vibe stick. Moving through the valley, moving through the bay. Moving every minute, moving out the way. Hop in the cab and just feel that flow. It is the Lunatic Trucker Froggy Show. On the corner, on me, but it's in my hand. And a rhythm one of me, hit it both demands. And we're tracking for good rides and kicking some fans. I guarantee turn around, don't let it skip sham.
Get it moving.
Yo, what's going on? Yeah, as you guys can see, I added those things which I am not happy of. So anyways, I figured I'll just add it on there. And as some of y'all know, it is an emoji on my Discord. I gotta remove my headset because I'm hearing me twice. I just want to make sure my sound's going through. Froggy is relaxing. She might be listening. I hope she is. I got 2 videos I'm gonna do a reaction on. So let's see. Hopefully it will go first, but before I do that I want to say, what's going on there, baby? Love you. Hey, Wild One, I gave you the Smurf. Hey, what's going on, Dorian and Antonio? Alright, let's get to the videos here I got set up. Hopefully it'll work. Hold on, just gotta bear with me for a minute here. It's gonna be a little quiet here. Oh, okay, this is the one I want to share. All right, this is one. It's how this one here is how for a play. It's how the pre-pass works. It's done down in at Florida Way Station. I do got to. Let's see. Hopefully, it'll play. Of course, it's not working. Of course. This ain't going. This is gonna suck. Let's see if I do this here. Bear with me for a minute. Nope. This is not going to work out.
Metal polish.
Yeah, see, I thought we had this here fixed.
Polishing is a dirty business, and while attending truck
No.
shows over the years, I've often wondered about those guys whose clothes and faces were covered in what looked like soot. Polishing on trucks days before the show started, they never seemed to.
Screw it, screw it. I'll just babbling on. Stop. Let me stop sharing. Shit, I don't want to. God dang it. Yeah, but the video part is what I'm saying. The video part is not showing, babe. Yeah, and plus with it skipping, it's not working out. I don't know what's going on, so. Oh well. It is what it is, I guess. If you want, Cindy, come on up. Or anyone can come up. Now, just let me talk about these two here. These two pictures here. These two pictures, it started the other day. All right, babe. It started the other day on Gamer Stream. No, it's not that, babe. It's not showing the actual video. It'll show everything around it, but not the actual video. Cause me and Froggy tested it. She's like, yeah, it's working fine. But before she came up there, it was doing the same exact thing. So I don't know. I ain't going to do any reaction tonight. I don't know what the heck is going on. It's probably because my internet of where I'm at. So now back to talking about these two. Like I said, it started the other day on Gamer Stream. Well, I think Gamer was actually meant to say Princess Guilty, I believe, but I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I do apologize. But he said Princess Trucker. Of course, I was hoping it would just stay right there, but I had to say something to Froggy. She laughed about it. And then it got dragged over into the yesterday's stream. Um, got dragged over into yesterday's stream. And I'm not sure exactly who was a wise one that mentioned it first. But Miss Froggy, I know when she's up to something. Because she's got that laugh and that smirk she gives out. And I was like, okay, Froggy, what are you doing? She's just sitting there laughing away. She's like, hold on, you'll see. She already posted in Discord. She posted in Discord or she shared it on her green screen first. She shared that one there. That's the one that Froggy did. She only did that one though. So, a couple minutes later, Mr. Antonio Perez came up with that one. So thanks a lot, gamer. Look what you have started. Y'all get to sit there and laugh all you want. Don't bother me. And then Gamer thought he would be able to pull on me. I went into Gamer stream not stream, but Discord this morning. He changed my name. He put it pretty Princess Trucker. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? So I ended up changing it back. Lord knows out of him, he'll probably end up changing it again tonight, knowing him. So yeah, the two videos, yeah, and then okay, before I get talking about those two videos I had planned, Mr. Local Laminati or Ellen, I don't know. That's why I was just saying Local. Yes, I know you're lurking there, Local. So you might as well chime on in. Because what I'm about to say does involve you. P.S. Am I going to get a tiara for the truck? I'm like, what the hell are you guys planning on doing to me? But you know though, I take it as a champ. I don't get all pissed off. So, and then Tiger Lily goes, I'll go buy him one. So yeah, that's how all that went down. So ever since then, gamers been calling me Princess Trucker. It's like, forget about the word lunatic. This just goes from princess straight to trucker. It's not Princess Lunatic Trucker, it's Princess Trucker. So yeah. Now what I was about ready to talk about before I got on this Tierra thing. Um the two videos I had planned. The first one was supposed to be is down in Florida, how their way stations work. And I was going we was gonna go step by step with that. But and then the second one was, I'm not sure if I shared it yet or what. I just want to throw a video up because this here is still brand new to me. So I'm still learning it. Ha ha ha, funny, babe. So as you guys can see, you guys was able to see the suggestion videos that YouTube had planned, but it didn't actually have the video itself. So I don't know what happened. I don't know. It could be because of my, and then the voice. It was playing the voice, but it was skipping. So that could have been the pot. That could have been the issue as well. So I'll do it another day, try it in another spot. Hopefully it'll work out. So now what can I talk about? Now that there is not how I had planned on doing it. You're talking about just talk about them. You don't need videos, huh? Oh, and it was offered on Gamer's last stream. And I'm not sure if I'm not 100% sure. I just want to get more info. That's why I want to talk to him. He's like, if I want to become a better content creator, he'll help me out and just get with him. So it's just right now, I just been thinking about it. So we'll see what goes on. Because I've noticed my subscriptions has been going up. Because on my last video, I gained, I think like 3. Yeah. Because I was at 180 and I'm up to 183 right now. So if I slowly grow, I slowly grow. If not, it is what it is. But I would like to. Well, I have a hard time because I don't have no video to go off of, babe. I like to have a video to go off on, to bounce off of on. Well, let's see. Hold on. There he is. I knew he was lurking, Mr. Locall. A little late now, mister. All right. You always wait till the right moment. Yeah, you see what's up in the top corners, don't you? It's all good. It's all good. Some of the things that they do at the way station. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get back to that locale towards the end. So just hang around. I'll repeat that there towards the end. I'm only planning on probably doing about an hour total video, so that'll be about a half hour. I'm not doing no 2 hours. Okay. This what they do at Waystation. It's plain and simple. Um, it's just common sense, basically. That after we get loaded, it's common sense. I to scale your truck and trailer. I'll wait. I won't scale it out till I have about 32, maybe 33,000 pounds. That's if I go out of New York, where I'm not, because I'll get to that part here in a minute. Now that I'm on a roll on this here, but yeah, 32, 33 is about the when I start to use the cat scale. What we are allowed to have is um we are allowed to have about 80,000 gross. That's 12,000 on the steers, 34,000 on the drives, and another 34,000 on the trailer, the tandem axles, total wise on the tandems. Meaning tandems where you get two axles right next to each other. Those are tandems. Um, but a lot of DOT will give us because a lot nowadays we got APUs, which is auxiliary power units. What that does is keep the batteries charged, keep the truck cool and everything. But they'll give us a 500-pound grace. Um, this is how the way stations works. If you ever notice those big those poles that goes over some states, they'll have the pre-pass. They'll have these poles with the things facing down, look like cameras. Before you come to the way stations, what's that do? Because on the freeway, they got a way in motion. It'll when you go across it, it'll do a quick way of your truck. Then when you come to that camera where like I said, if you got pre-pass, I don't know where my old one is, or I'll show you. What they got yellow, green, and red lights on our pre-pass. That's where we put in our windshield. Red, of course, means pull in, and then green is bypass. Yellow, I don't know what the other one, the yellow is for. I think that means it's your pre-pass is inactive or something. I could be wrong. But anyways, if you're not sure, then okay. if you then with that pre-pass, if you come across some scales, they got light up signs. It'll say follow signs. Well, if we can once, like I said, once we got pre-pass, we really don't have to follow the light up signs that'll say truck bypass scale or truck pull in. We'll just go by the pre-pass. But if you want to be unsafe, if the sign says pull in, but your pre-pass says bypass, it's better off just to pull in. Hey, Princess Guilty, how are you today? It's better to pull in and then, so that's where you don't get no ticket. Because if you bypass a way station, it will be one big hefty ticket. And then what they'll do is when you exit the freeway, they'll have more pads on the ramp. It'll reweigh the truck in again in a slower speed, so it'll be more accurate. And then they'll have another pole with arrows. The arrow will either tell you to take the bypass lane or take the scale lane. Again, it is severely recommended for us drivers to follow these signs. And then when you get on the I call them pads, but they're just scale, but we call them pads. You'll stop, and that's when they get the accurate weight. And then you might be sitting on there for a while. That's when they'll tell you to pull in to get inspected or bypass. But before you do, okay, now I'm going to rewind back onto the interstate. Before you do exit, by the time you get to that second pole with the pre-pass reading, because a lot of states, when they got the pre-pass sites, they'll have the two poles on the interstate. By the time we get to the second one, they know they'll have on their computer already our DOT number, any violations, everything listed on there before we even get to that second pole. And they're only about a quarter of a mile difference. Because what it does, it'll pull up our DOT numbers. And then the truck number where that pre-pass belongs to. Then they know the who's driving, their driver record, and all that good stuff. So that's about basically how that works. Enough of that crap. I need to go back to Mr. Local Laminati. I've always got my terminology mixed up between pads, shoes, rotors, drums, etc. Okay, I gotta do this. I gotta do this, Local. I gotta do. No, I'm not gonna do it. No. I was going to mess with one something, but I changed my mind. Pads are the pads when you got rotors. Shoes are when it's the same thing as pads, but it's for the drums. There. If you. It's all the same thing. It's all brakes. Now. Mr. Local. This is all. You know, I'm going to put this blame on you as well with these here. Yeah. And with the tiaras. Which the tiaras is basically what you started. Saying, Scott, why don't you get a tiara for your truck? No, there is no dang tiara coming in my truck. I'm sorry, but there isn't. There's no way in heck there's that gonna be in. All right. Okay, dokie. The things you're checking for before you take off. How fun. Of course, your fluid levels. And of course, your tire pressures. Well, now, tire pressures, some people will run them about 100. Some people will run 110. Good one. Some people will run about 110 psi. I run mine about 110 psi. Sorry. Well, for the steers, which is the front tires. But the rest, the other 8 tires, the drives on the truck, no, my fault. I run those at 110 as well. And then we gotta check the tread, the difference. Check the tread, make sure there's no irregular wear on them. Your air brakes by. Yep. Oh yeah. That there we do. We got a gauge on our dash. Um, See, well, I won't say all trucks have it. Like my truck, it got if you press damn, I don't. That's the only bad thing about doing a laptop. I can't have the where it's facing back. I gotta get on my truck. I gotta gauge when I hit the brakes. It'll show me how much air pressure I'm putting on the brakes. So for everyone that lives in the cities, get mad because you hear Jake brakes. That's that loud rumbling noise when they slow down. When we slow down. Don't get mad about that. Because we use our Jake brakes to save our brakes. Especially when it comes to mountains. For example, one mountain. Well, 2 of them. I'll give example of. Donner's Pass. Going west. That's out in California. On I-80. I didn't answer that. Hold on a second. My phone answered a call and it was. Hold on 1 second. Did he call me or did I call him on accident? I called him. Hold on. For some odd reason, my phone decided it wanted to call one of my friends. Yeah, Donner Pass. This is on I-80. It has 7% grade on it. And then if you don't, it's not so bad going west. I mean, going east as it is west. And then, like with Cabbage Hill, that is in Oregon on I-84, I want to say. Yeah, I-84. And it's the same exact thing. It's worse going west than it is east. And if we don't have them brakes, we're just basically screwed. That's why you hear more trucks using the Jake brakes. Because it is saving our brakes, and it will save your loved one, and plus your loved ones and your friends and stuff. No, they are not. They're not mandatory, but but we do, like me, I run with my fog lights on at night. It makes it easier for at night, makes it easier for us to see. That's about that there. It's not mandatory. Um do they got to be working? Yes. The reason why is, saying goes, if you got a light on your vehicle, it must be working. Because now you'll see some lights like on trailers. You'll see one with a blown bulb. Okay, whippy doo dah day. They really won't mess with you on that. If they want to be a prick, they will. Because obvious, we're not 13. We're us humans. If you can find a human being that's actually 13 feet 6 inches tall, I'd like to know that. See that person. Well, unexpected situation on the road, mechanical breakdown. I was supposed to meet up with. Hey, slow down on the questions, please. I was supposed to meet up with a good friend of mine who got me doing YouTube, Lunatic Dad. We had planned a spot to meet up because yes, he is a driver. Yes, I was in his state. I'm not saying where or what, but we had planned halfway, and I had plenty of time too. Halfway getting there, I had a tire blowout. Wee, how fun! And then, severe weather. Let's see, what have I not, what kind of weather have I not driven in? I drove through snow and rain, of course, because of where I live. I was close to a tornado. I was with my trainer. He taught me something. He's like, um, one of the best places to be where the truck don't knock down would be, if possible, get into a scale house, park closest to the build, and use a building to break the wind. Now, the other weather relation I drove through. Cindy knows this one very well too. I've actually driven through Hurricane Katrina. I know I keep saying her real name. I'm sorry, babe. Hurricane Katrina. I believe the most recent one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the one where me and you drove through. The most recent one I drove through was it Hurricane Michael? I think that's the one. And I have been stranded at a shipper due to a hurricane. I can't remember the name of that one. Now, driving through Hurricane Katrina. I don't know how we made it through. I just don't know. I guess they said when the Lord's by your side, he's by your side. Because we got through it all right. I'll tell you one thing. My hands was completely glued to the steering wheel. Even when I stopped, I couldn't even really get my hands off the steering wheel. But I was glad that it didn't lay us over. Because we was in where there was nowhere for us to park. And then I didn't quite drive through it, but I've caught the beginning of it. I'll go back to tornadoes here in a sec. I caught the beginning of on the I think I was in Arizona. I can't remember. Or I'm trying to remember where I was at when I drove through that dust storm. I can't remember what state. Um Tornadoes. I'm gonna go back to tornado. This is one where Tiger Lily, she was really worried about me. If y'all remember, I can't remember what year it was, when what city was it? Oklahoma? Can't remember where they had the EF5 hit. What city was that in? Was it Oklahoma? Hold on, I gotta look up. I gotta look see what city that was in. I just watched a video of it too not long ago. But anyways, while I'm looking up the city, um, I need to find out city before I get going. It'll take me a quick second. I swear it was Oklahoma. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, there's Dallas, Texarkana. Locale, to be honest, I honestly don't want to talk about that one. I'm trying to look for. I'm just being honest about that because 40 was that 940? I'll talk about that. Hold on, let me find this damn doggone city. Someone help me. Can't remember. It was a real big. It was a big tornado. That I do remember. Down in Oklahoma or something. Okay, I'll just go ahead and talk about that accident while I'm looking. Um, I was I was sick that day, and the Joplin, Missouri. Okay, let me talk. Yeah, I'll get back to the accident here in a second, locale. Joplin. I was like, I was probably like an hour away from that EF5 tornado, if not that far. Luckily, at the time, I was at a truck stop. I waited out, and trust me, I stayed behind that cell system because I left not long after it hit Joplin. Hold on a second. Yeah, no, I really didn't. I really don't want to put that out there. Yeah, yeah. Look, I'm not. I'm not even gonna talk about that. Um, yeah, but yeah. Let's just put it this way. That accident. I'm glad nobody wasn't hurt. That's all I'm gonna say. That is. No, you're fine, Loco. You didn't know. It's just Loco. I'm just gonna say it's a day. Another one of the things. The first one I don't want to see. I wasn't involved in no accident, but I got to tell you that one later. But the accident one, I really don't. I don't want to. No. But babies, I've got a video out there on my YouTube channel where I actually hit a deer. When I hit a deer, I was live too at that time. That's another thing why I like having fog lights. That's where we can see small stuff, little stuff like that. The part I said I'll talk about that I really don't want to see again was I was cruising. I was in Texas at the time. I'm cruising down 35 south. I was just about into Okay, I'm bad with these city names. I know about where I was off to. Just gotta look that doggone city name up again. Other city. It's southern part of the Texas. I do know. Laredo. Was there any deer left? Okay, let me finish the story now. I'll get back to that because that there has to do with not me driving the truck, locale. But I was headed to Laredo with another company I used to work for. We did transfers where they'd take it over to Mexico. Well, this was the middle of the night. They had 35 closed due to construction. You had, because they're actually, I call them feeder roads, but they're just service roads on 35. So I took that there. Well, before, next thing you know, all I seen was cars stopped with their four ways. Like, what the hell's going on? Well, when I got closer, I noticed a truck laying sideways, laying on its side across the service road. And no one didn't have no phones there. I got up to the truck. The driver, he was deceased. He was blue. I don't know what happened or what. So I really hope I don't see anything like that again. So what I did, I just basically used my truck and trailer to block the road where it don't cause an accident. Enough of that one. Oh, okay. I got lost train. Yeah, that's how I was there guilty. I lost train of thought. Look, I asked, was there any deer left of the one I hit? This was before I started driving trucks. Um, I was, what kind of car was it, Cindy? Was it a Mercury Grand Marquis? And for anyone who don't know, they are boats. I was taking one of my friends an application of where I worked at. Um, my pop has fallen on the floor, so I wanted to get it before it got underneath the gas pedal or brake pedal. Well, next you know, I looked up, there was a deer right there, and it was already too late. I hit that. Excuse my French, but I hit that bitch. Yeah, it took off running. Damn. That deer did take off running, so I was able to drive the car over to my friend's. He asked me, do you think there'll be any meat saved from that? I was like, I don't know. I know it took off out of the woods. Well, at that time, he had a 98 Ford Mustang. We actually ended up grabbing a tarp, went back, and we went hunting for it. And we found it. I won't say bitch because it wasn't a female. It was a buck. It was a spike. We actually found him. Found his ass. We got some good meat out of it. He got some good meat out of that there. But that car, that car was still drivable. It just sucked opening the door. I actually had the headlight duct taped up. All right, folks. I think I'm just going to go ahead and end this. I want to thank you, everyone, for coming up. I really appreciate it. And please hit that like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And Froggy, hopefully you feel better tomorrow, because that's the reason why she wasn't up here. She wasn't feeling good. She said she's going to lay down. So that's why she didn't come up. You're right, Loco, but it was good. It was still good meat. Yeah, do all that good stuff. We will see you next time. And what I'm going to try to do is, thank you, Loco. I want to try to every Monday, if I can get. Yeah, I know you are. If I can somehow mysteriously get this doggone thing to work right with YouTube, sharing the streams, I wouldn't mind trying every Monday. Right? It might not be the same time, but I wouldn't mind trying to do reaction videos. But like I said, unfortunately, it didn't work out. You guys seen it? The sound was skipping real bad, and it wasn't showing the video. So, as said, again, please hit that like, share, subscribe, and we will see you the next time. Peace out. Love y'all. I'm out of here.
As the stars light up the midnight sky, it's time to close your eyes. Don't you cry. Dreams are waiting just for you. Let the moon whisper secrets, soft and true. So hit that like and subscribe tonight. Become a member. Let love ignite. Remember the moments that feel so right as we drift into the realm